Hello everybody, welcome back to Dominions 5. We are playing as late age Utgard in the YouTubers Dominions 5 series. And let's get right into it. This is turn 23. It is the third turn that I am playing as Utgard. I subbed in. And we have some diplomacy. So, messenger has arrived from Satis. Welcome to the game. Sorry I didn't email earlier. They didn't have a lot of communication. And yeah, so we don't have borders, so we didn't really need to do much in terms of diplomacy. He said he had asked for help against Pangaea, and we had said no. So, good to know. Pangaea. And this is a great sign. I breathed a sigh of relief when I read this. So a quick flying blue crow enters, releasing a message that reads, "Greetings, we are at peace, no threat from our borders. Satis is my goal currently, peace between us." So great. So that means this big buildup of troops here on the border is not for us. He is intending to go to war with Satis. So these guys are going to have their war fine by me. Messenger from Midgard. Oh, so he writes his messages. They're really hard to read, so I'll let you read it. But he says, so he is trying to spread bad. He's trying to tarnish the reputation of Man and of Ulm. He's saying, like, if you see plagues in your land or arrows, know that it didn't come from me. It probably came from Ulm and from Man. Because we don't throw arrows, we throw axes. Furthermore, he says, he's saying Man is a lapdog of Ulm, so we're attacking. We want no more wars because we can't win current war without help from Mikland, which is a bit of a weird, I'm not quite sure. I don't think he's going to ever get help from Mikland. Then he's trying to do all he can to make me like turn on the previous people that I was in a coalition with, I guess. But it wasn't me who was in a coalition with them, so there's that. And then also, like, I don't border Ulm, so I really don't care about Ulm at all. He's saying that he's not attacking us now. And this is actually pretty funny. He says we can have a delayed fights pack, so a NAP 3. He says we can't call it by the other name, which starts with an N and ends with aggression, because these words are forbidden in the polite Viking society. So he says, please call it a delayed fights pact instead of non-aggression pact. I thought that was really cute. So he's saying he's willing to have a NAP 3, but he says if you move into 119, all agreements are off, and we take it as a declaration of war. So 119 is this province over here. So he's saying if he sees me move into here, then clearly it means I want to attack him here, and all bets are off, and we're going to be at war. So the thing is, at this point, Mikland said he was willing to have peace, and I told him that I was willing to have peace. So, although we're waiting for the messages to get back to each other, we're basically at peace now. Pangaea, we're at peace with Pangaea because he said so, and he's going to fight Satis. So my only other border, the only other nation that I border is Midgard, and Midgard is the nation that has 4 throne points and is trying to grab others for throne victory. And he has this. Like, what the hell is this? This is clearly not his. I mean, I guess he has sailing, so I guess he has access to this. But look, Pythium is right here. Mikland has gotten most of this water somehow. And, like, this should be ours. Like, who is this guy? Like, how did people let him get this throne? So, no, there's no way. I've basically at this point decided that I would probably like to go fight Midgard. If only to get this throne, right? So that's kind of what I want to do. So let's look at the rest of the turns here. I don't think anything happens, just some unexpected events. Yeah, not much has happened here. So in terms of logistics and recruitment, we are attacking to take this throne. So we've got the mercs as chaff. I unfortunately, I don't have my prophet here because why? Yeah, I must have forgotten him. Anyways, I don't have my prophet here, but that's okay. We don't have that many sacreds. I've just got the commander up front. He's going to just bless these guys. And then we just have a bunch of chaff. And we're just going to overwhelm them with chaff, basically. It's just a level 1 throne. So this shouldn't be too hard. In other news, we are building a lab here finally. And the castle will be finished soon. And we have more troops that are coming down here just to reinforce this position. Let's see. Recruitment. Here, for some reason, I was making a mage, maybe to fit into the budget I couldn't afford. No, this one's cheaper. I don't know why. Anyways, we're making a mage here. I was getting another scrotty here. More scrotty here. More scrotty here. So we're just building up, recruiting a lot of these mages. Now, this scrotty has been geared up to go take on these indies over here. So he's got his ring of water breathing, and the shroud, and the vine shield, and the frostbrand. So that's perfect. Now I have deployed some Astrid the Norna, and a bunch of other Nornas to do some slightly more thorough site searching, as well as some of these scrotties, because some of these provinces have not been searched for blood or for water. So some of that is happening. You see he's site searching here. And then we're just forging sanguine dowsing rods because I want to start blood hunting with some of these guys later. So these guys are moving out to do site searching, and others are going to be doing some blood searching. And that's the plan with that. In terms of logistics, I right now, so my plan is to attack Midgard here, but I'm not in a rush to do it. I've got a bit of, I got to get my armies sort of together first. So, and I want to do some site searching and whatnot. So this turn is mostly that kind of preparation. I didn't talk about research last time, but I had mentioned this in the first episode. When we inherited the game, we had gotten Conjuration 4 and we're working on Conjuration 5, so I figured why not, might as well get it. Conjuration 5 would allow us to do Howl, which is a very strong spell if you're doing Rigor Mortis Relief, and that's actually what we're getting now. So we're researching Enchantment 6, so we could do Rigor Mortis Relief combo, which is very strong, and then if you add Howl on top of that, that's a pretty powerful combo. Yeah, that's it. Right now, this magic stuff is piled up because I don't have any targets yet. But yeah, that's it. So this is, I don't have to do one turn per episode. I can fit some more in. So why don't we do that? Let's continue and load up turn 24. As long as we keep the whole episode under half an hour, we should be good. Oh, actually, no, one thing I didn't show you the messages that I sent in 23. So I sent a message to Midgard. So I say, well met, small cousins. The scheming and arguing between all the small folks is rather confusing to me, and I haven't yet figured out what all the cacophony is about. And then I say, I don't see how what troops I place in 119 is any of your business, though you may rest assured that I don't intend to send any large amount of troops there soon. Despite your short stature, you have progressed far in your quest for godhood, and we must be vigilant lest you try and surprise us by grabbing additional thrones quickly. For this reason, we are not ready to commit to any delayed attacking, nor for that matter do we intend to do any immediate attacking. Your actions and your success will inform our future plans. So I'm actually telling him I'm not going to move into 119 very soon, which is true. Maybe in like 4 turns, not immediately. And I'm saying, look, I'm not going to sign a nap with you. You're about to win a throne victory. If you keep taking more thrones, I'm going to come kill you. And if you don't, then maybe we'll be friends. So that's what I had sent this turn. This is turn 23. Now let's load up turn 24. Okay, so diplomacy, messenger from Mikland. And then he says, basically, we're agreeing to peace here. And then he's saying, but I don't trust anybody, so either you or man might attack me. So he's saying, like, don't panic. So he's saying he might keep some troops on the border, which is fine. And here, yeah. And then Satis says, so I had sent, I think on the first turn, maybe I didn't show you guys this, or maybe yeah, because on the first turn of this series for me, I didn't have the turn that I had sent, and I had sent some individual messages, and one of the messages I had sent to Satis was, hey, there's a ton of Pangea stuff on my border, I don't, maybe it's for you, maybe it's for me, but if he attacks me, are you going to help? So he's saying, yes, of course we'll help because he's about to fight him. And then he's also offering help against Midgard. So that's good to know. That means that this could be a potential ally. So that's it for diplomacy incoming. Let's take a look at diplomacy outgoing right away. So I'm confirming, let's do a nap 3. And man... so now I finally answer man. Having had a few months to settle into my new functions, I'm starting to be able to tell you small people apart. We were saddened to hear about our distant cousins, the Midgardians' behavior. They give our kind a bad name and undoubtedly deserve whatever punishment you intend for them for so brazenly reaching for so many thrones so quickly. While we share your dread for the blood-crazed Miklands, we must above all maintain world order by ensuring that no one nation is in a position to dominate all others through an untimely ascension. War is brewing between our neighbors, and we must be vigilant that it will not spill over into our borders. The centaurs and undead lizards amass armies to our east. The Miklands seek revenge against Alm. Small folk always act with haste. We are considering supporting your mission against our distant cousins, if only to teach them humility. Plans must be drafted for all eventualities. Patience and stability will see us through these times of upheaval. So, with respect to man, I want to play the sort of non-committal and patient kind of guy. So man he was, I guess, backstabbed by Midgard, and he's going to war against Midgard, and he's asking for everyone's support. Now, I am sort of secretly planning to support him and to fight Midgard, but I want to play it cool. So I'm telling him, yeah, maybe I'll come help. So that's a diplomacy. Let's look at the actual details of this turn. There was a battle here. Oh, this was the throne battle. So it looks like we lost 2 sacreds, but otherwise it went fine. So we have 2 merc squads of crossbows, which is nice. And then we have a pile of... I don't know why these were on sparse. I guess I was afraid of... I guess he has a bunch of archers, and these guys died at everything, including archers. We were very fortunate that the heavy cav ran into our sacreds instead of these guys, because they would have routed these guys. Now, unfortunately, the blessed didn't quite catch the sacreds, so the 2 giants in the front ate the charge and died because they didn't have the fortitude buff up yet. So that's quite unfortunate. Anyways, the heavy cav is done. So here's the thing, like, these guys is chaff, right? So these are the super expensive chaff, the 41 resource chaff. So as you can see, 5 of them in a line have completely held off this entire charge. But because they have 18 protection and like 30 hit points, right? So what are you going to do? But the problem is they only hit like once per turn for 27, right? So they're not like effective DPS. And so the charge just kind of spills over on the other side. But, Giant Chaff definitely has its uses. There's no doubt about that. Now the militia is being very brave and is going to go fight this fire elemental. Good luck with that, guys. Yeah, the giants are done, so now the giants are going to... they've routed the indie light infantry here. They got to fight their way through some skele spam. Looks like the militia is routing because militia. Let's speed it up. Yeah, so the militia was brave and that ended quickly. Now the sacreds have magic weapons, and so they're just going to chomp through the fire elemental. These guys have regeneration, so they're fine. And by the way, crossbows have been murdered. I'm pretty sure we got one of the mages with... Oh, no. Yeah, I think we got one of the mages with crossbow bolts. Maybe not. Yeah, I think so. And so, actually, the hero... So the militia kind of did what we thought the militia was going to do. Not much of anything. They delayed the cavalry a little bit. Our crossbows actually did most of the offensive work while the giants tanked, and that's pretty much exactly what we wanted to have happen. Good job, guys. So we got that. Actually, let's discover what throne this is. It is the Throne of Zeal, +1 morale. Okay, it's not. It's all right. Pretty forgettable. Our giants already have great morale. Okay, there was a battle in Barony of Air, so we get to see what man is rocking as a bless. So, by the way, these are man's sacreds. When I play LA Man, I'm not so crazy about them, but you could totally build because they're counterintuitive. They're expensive crossbowmen, and so okay. So, all right, I'm getting ahead of myself. So he has chosen as his bless flaming weapons and missile range and precision. I think that's actually pretty smart. It's a very cheap bless, right? All you need is fire and air. It's smart because flaming weapons is going to buff both the crossbows, and flaming weapon crossbows is great. But also, when they run into melee, they also have flaming weapons. So that's a great choice because these guys they're kind of really expensive if you're just using them for crossbows. And sort of human-sized two-hand sword guys in chainmail is not a great chassis for like a melee troop if you wanted to bless them. So this is quite a reasonable bless. Maybe if you wanted to make more of a bless, you could add in magic weapons into this. Although the flaming weapons does give you like a magic component to your attack, but like the other way to bless these guys would be maybe focused more on the melee. But if you had magic weapons and maybe strength, then two-hand weapons with more strength on these guys, then they can take on giants. They can chop through thugs. That might be another way to bless these guys. Or you don't do a bless and you go. Man has so many great troops. You don't need to rely on these sacreds, in my opinion. But anyways, he's gone with flaming weapons, which is a totally reasonable thing. Also, he went with precision and range, so they can shoot they can reach the back line with flaming weapons. And this, by the way, gets hilarious when you put... so these are... they have these sacred commanders who are also H1, so they can buff themselves. You can equip these with like bows of war that shoot like 13 arrows per turn. And then it's 13 flaming arrows with precision per turn. It's hilarious. So you can do a lot of fun things. And then he's also got a bunch of foresters, which are amazing. They are... so these are stealth... This is a whole stealth squad, by the way. They have short bows and they dual wield. So very strong offensively. Anyways, he's just fighting PD, so he's going to win. All right, and we conceded this back to Micklin. Nothing there. This is our underwater battle. So he's underwater, so his stats are a bit nerfed, but that's okay. So he's doing liquid body, quickness. Oh, and water shield, because he's underwater, so why not? And, yep. Chop, chop, chop. I don't even think he got hit once. All right, barbarians happened. And we lost a bunch of crossbows, so that was unfortunate. I guess I was moving troops around, and there were crossbows here, and then this got killed by barbarians. So that's really sad. So we're going to fight these barbarians off. I'm bringing a thug, but also a bunch of other dudes, because why not? We have him here. So yeah, so we're going to take this province back from the barbarians. That's just annoying. Here we are going to start forting this up, because it's a throne, and we should do that. And here I have put a ring of water breathing on this scout because I want to ping this throne. So notice that Satis has taken this. This is too bad. So I don't know what this throne is yet. I'm considering my own. How do I win this game, right? How do I get the throne points? So I have 1 here. This is either 1 or 2. This looks like it's either 2 or 3, and I have this one on my border. So it's possible that I have some kind of throne victory available to me, but that depends a lot on whether I can take this. And the only way I can go underwater is with probably a bunch of scrouty thugs. So depending on what kind of thing this is, it might be hard to attack this directly underwater. So we'll have to see. I mean, I could also do some skele spam. Might be a way to get this. So I have to see. So that's why we're going to ping this and see what's going on there. Meanwhile, I've got most of my army here. They're just chilling because I haven't yet committed to attacking Midgard up here. Mostly my other guys are site searching. So we're site searching here, here, here. I've got a Norna who's site searching. So I'm not going to bother with all the micro of all the site searching. Just know that it's happening in the background, and we're doing some blood hunting. And that's it. Have we built any fun items? Nope, nothing new. We will have enchantment 6 done next turn, and I have queued up construction 6 to follow. And that is it for this turn, and that's going to be it for this episode. So I will see you guys in turn 25 in the next one. See you then. Take care.